Hello class, welcome to Module 4. So for Module 4 application, based on the assignment instructions, and you know me, I just try to break it down and take it in smaller bites. You're going to be creating 5 different employee profiles and a timeline. Okay, so before we dive into that, review this week's discussion, peer review, feedback prior to developing this assignment. Because if you notice in the assignment instructions, the feedback that you're going to receive on those discussion and questions, in your initial response, the feedback that you receive, you need to look closely at that, and you'll definitely gain some ideas as it relates to what you're getting ready to do here. The instructions also state to sign into or if you don't already have a Canva account, create one. Okay. And I'm going to show you the beauty of Canva. For those of you who may not want to use Canva, I highly recommend using it. And I'll come back to that towards the end. I'm going to show you how easy it can be. It's just a matter of really being creative in this project. So there are 2 pieces. There are going to be, again, 5 different employee profiles and a timeline. So the question is, what exactly, or what elements will go into the profile, the 5 different profiles, employee profiles, of course. So you're going to assign and designate responsibilities. This is going to be based on a project that I'll get to more so into the timeline. So for each employee in their profiles, you need to list the following. And this is going to be in Canva, like I said. I'm going to show you in just a second how much easier this will be versus trying to use a Word document. You need to have the title, excuse me, so indicate the role of the employee, the role that that employee will fill on the solution-oriented project. So what's the title of that particular role for that employee as it relates to project management? And then what's the assignment? Okay. What the team member, in this case, what they're going to manage in the resource or the operation. Where exactly are they going to be working, the location? So list whether or not they're going to be working remotely or, of course, in the office, face to face. And then you're going to include some qualifications. Again, this can be all fictional. This does not, you don't have to reveal, obviously, the privacy of individuals that you know. You can just make all of this up. And it's telling you what to put there for the qualifications. I would actually, it suggests including a photo. I would definitely do that, by the way. I was going to suggest, I know I have right there, it says Pixabay. It's a website called pixabay.com. You don't even have to do that because, once again, Canva can give you all and everything that you need. It's kind of like Walmart. If you're familiar with Walmart, it's like one-stop shopping. It's everything pretty much is there for the most part. So it does say include a photo of each team member. I would suggest doing that. I really would. And when you look at Canva, when I show it to you in just a second, you're going to see what I'm talking about. All right, so that should be in the profile. You got 5 different profiles of employees, your team members, and then the timeline. Now, here's where you're really going to start digging into this part of the assignment. So you're going to list a timeline for project completion of an orientation meeting for team members. Okay, it's the very first meeting. You're letting everybody know, here's the agenda, here's the project, and here are your whatever, your assignments. Here's the schedule, here's the activities. So the timeline needs to include, first of all, what's the overall agenda of the project completion of this particular orientation meeting. So what's the agenda? That's simple, easy. Make it up, all right? Then the other part of the timeline needs to include the project for the orientation meeting. So when we talk about project planning, Look, every project starts with a problem. Let me give you an example. For example, what you see behind me is real. Okay, I always get the question, is that a real background? Yes, it is. And guess what? I did it. Okay, during the pandemic, everybody picked up some kind of skill that they didn't know they had. My dad built houses. So, make a long story short, that's really the end result of it. Where did that project start? Okay, your DIY projects around the house, what they always start with, what? A problem. You saw that in your discussion already. It mentioned that. So you started with a problem. Oftentimes, and of course, in this case, you don't have time to go through all the necessary steps. By the way, if you really want to know more about project planning, and I don't know him, but I love him. I love his book. Get this book if you can see it. Strategic Project Management Made Simple by Terry Smith. Love it. Trust me. If you really want to, really want to understand it in a simplistic way, let me say it that way. That's a great book. But anyway, most people want to jump to let's do it. Okay. Well, that is what this second part of the timeline, the project, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about the inputs, the legwork. Like I said, you don't have time to go through all the necessary steps. You already started with a problem. Now you're going to focus on, which is good, you're focusing on two pieces. Number one, the inputs. What's the legwork of the project completion? I'm just giving you examples, by the way. What's the schedule? What are the activities? What's the time frame for each one of these activities? What's the action plan? Who's going to do what, when, and with what resources? Those are just a few of the questions that you can try to answer in trying to develop this project timeline. And without a doubt, SMART goals. So the instructions talk about SMART goals. So once again, that's why I was saying in a project, you want to start with the end in mind. It's like the backwards design. What's the end goal? So what are the SMART goals here? What are the overall SMART goals of the project? How do you measure success? How are you going to use SMART goals for the completion of the project? So you can deal with each one: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Okay, all of those play a major role in a project. Again, this is all fictional. Okay, so the creativity part of the project is totally up to you. All right, that's why I said think in terms of this is project management. Every project starts with a problem. All right. And then you focus on, no doubt, the end goals, and then you work your way back toward the ultimate, goal of whatever you're trying to solve in this case as far as a project. That's what I did with my bookcases when I built them, and then even the bookcase unit here that you cannot see. All right, so finally, in the submission, you're going to combine your profiles and timeline. It says in the instructions in a 2 to 3 page document. It also says use Canva. So listen to what I'm about to say. This is probably the most important part. Yes, you still need to include, like a references page. If you, and I highly recommend, I'm telling you, I highly recommend using Canva. It's going to make life so much easier for you. Notice the note that I put down there at the bottom. Since Canva is suggested for this assignment, you can either share the Canva link or PDF of the Canva employee profiles and timeline, because you can get it all in one template. Of course, it's going to be on multiple pages in Canva. Trying to move Canva to a Word doc, that's too much. That's going to be a headache for you. So again, remember, you got to include a title page and references page even when you do use Canva. So what's the beauty of Canva? What are you talking about, Dr. Fish? So let me show you. Let me give you an example. So you can go either way. Okay. I would, at some point, I'll send a message to Canva and ask them, hey, is there any way we can combine two templates into one, like a profile and a timeline in this case? But this is probably a rare occurrence. So you can either you can type profile or you can type timeline. Let's just click on profile for now. So if you go with profile, you're going to see a lot of different profiles that come up. Okay. So a lot of different templates. So you know you have to do 5 different profiles for, 5 different employees, right? So let me show you one that I chose. So here's a profile. You can always zoom in right here at the bottom. Now, let me tell you something. You got 5 different profiles. You know the items that you have to get in there, the items that are listed right there, the title, the assignment, the location, the qualifications. So you know you got to put that information in there. When I look at this profile, technically, I could get 2 people on this one page, possibly even 3. Seriously. And notice they have a picture here that you can always come in here and you can change that picture. You click on it, edit image. Seriously, actually not edit image. Let's do this. We're going to delete this image. And, like if you wanted another image, go to photos. This is why I'm saying you don't need to go anywhere else. Everything is right in here. And you can just type, I don't know. I'm just going to type maybe profile, or I don't know what will come up. Yeah, see something different will come up, and you could just click and drag right in that space, boom, and now you got a different picture. So it's not, that's why I was saying you can make life so much easier for yourself if you do it all in here, and you can add another page. See that? You can add another page, and we can go back to the templates where we were. And if you want the same template, you just click over there on the template. So notice, so now I got 2 pages. So like I said, you can get a profile over here on the left. You can get a profile on the right. You can put a picture there and then put the information in. And then again, same thing here, different picture over here, information under each one. And then you add another page, you keep going. And there you go, you got your 3rd page. And because notice it says down here in the bottom right hand corner, there are 3 pages. All right, so once you get all your profiles done, you can add another page and be very creative with this. And now that I think about it, actually you can. I just thought about it. So we're going to come over here, we're going to click timeline. And find a timeline. It's funny, it kind of brought out some different things that I didn't want to come up. It looks more like resumes if you ask me. But at any rate, let's see here. We can still, I'm just thinking as I'm going through these templates, project timeline. Yeah, because it wants, it's funny, it wants to bring up, it's funny, resumes. At any rate, what we can do, let me go back to profile. Let's just do this. What we can do, we can continue even with the same profile, or find a different profile and apply it. Because at this point, we're going to start working on a timeline. That's the point I was getting ready to make. I thought I was going to be able to bring up timeline templates, but it's bringing up resumes. It's funny. So, but that's okay. Not a problem. Like I said, you can take any template and tweak it. I mean, even something like that. And so notice, like your profiles are still up there. I scroll back up. Now I come back down. Now you can start this and just tweak it and make it what, this is going to be your timeline. You don't need a picture there. You take all that out and you can just continue to work with a timeline. That's one way of doing it. So obviously, yeah, they don't allow you to combine. I don't know why it would only make sense to bring in like a different template to add it into something that was different above, but that's okay. Not a problem. So that's one way of doing it. So I started with a profile. So I'm going to show you one other way. You can go either way. It's up to you. So this time I'm going to type timeline. project timeline. Great. And then boom, see that? So let's just go with this one for now. I'm just play with it, just show it to you. So we're gonna click on that one. And again, if you need more, you just add more, you keep adding more. So you may definitely want to zoom in so you can get closer in and work in here and delete whatever you don't need as far as your timeline. Please don't, whatever you do, don't submit like 2 different links or 2 different PDF documents, please. One, just one, okay? Because you got to remember, I have 2 classes that consist, one is like 37 students, the other one is 36. And so for me to click, you see what I'm saying? Because I got to go through everything and I got to look at everything and assess everything. And it does take some time. So please make sure you submit one template. So you can go either project, I'm sorry, timeline, or you can go with a profile. Okay. So you can go either way. Find a template that you like. It's totally up to you. Tweak it. Okay. And create that timeline. And like I said, you can still put in your profile. You can actually put the profile picture maybe like right in there if you wanted to. Again, you can go to photos and just find it, type in, search, people, and it'll give you different photos that you can use that you can add in here as well. So now the biggest question is this, as I close this out, how can I share this? So we're going to click on share. And please, if you decide to share the link, you see this right here? Right now it says only you can access. That means if you share this link with me, I cannot see it at all. So you need to change this to anyone with the link. That means anybody that you share the link with. It doesn't mean that the whole world can see it. They have to actually have the link. Okay, so I don't want you to think, if those of you who are very private, oh man, I don't want anybody to see this. I'm the only one that will see it. Now that's one way. The other way that I prefer, to be honest, or I would suggest, is this one, download. When you click download, it's going to suggest a PNG. You may want to open it. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to download it and open it and look at it. And it should download pretty fast. And if it's fuzzy, please don't submit. Once again, don't submit it. So I'm going to open this. And this is okay. But here's the problem with PNG, I believe. It's rather small. So let's go back. We're going to do it again. We're going to click download. Go on to download. And we're going to click the drop down right here. And we're going to choose where it says PDF standard. And we're going to download the PDF. Because the PDF, I have a little bit more control over. See? I'll maximize that. And notice how, yeah, see? It's much larger. And yes, I'm older, so I need it to be a little bit larger than a PNG. So I'd rather you download it as a PDF. Okay. Now again, you can add your references page. Please make sure you do that at the end. Title can be at the very top, like when you start this, you started with the profiles. Make sure you put your title, profiles, kind of like a heading. Make sure you put your name on it as well, name of the assignment and all of that. Okay, American College of Education. All right. So hopefully that helped you. Once again, and of course you're going to save that PDF and then you submit it in Canvas. So you're doing employee profiles and a timeline all in one. I don't want to see 2 separate templates, one template. Just go with one template. You can edit that template. You can take any template in Canva, to be honest, and edit it and make it whatever you want it to be. But it has to be a combination of both employee profiles and a timeline, all right, of this information that I posted here in the abbreviated instructions. Like I said, yeah, I know they suggest a Word doc with 2. It would have never been 2 to 3 pages to begin with. If based on what I can see, It's going to be way more than that. But anyway, use Canva all in one. It's just so much, it's going to be so much easier for you. All right. If you have any questions, you get stuck on anything when it comes to Canva or anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you. I will chat with you soon.